they're involved, and PFs are cheap. In short, the world is chewing up soldiers and spitting them out. Even some of the old Mother Base's survivors are still working for PFs. Some guys created their own smaller forces. Others were taken on by emerging PFs. Everybody's gone their separate ways. But none of them are living their dream, because they're not fighting with you. Of course, I tried to headhunt as many of them as I could for Diamond Dogs. It was all a waste of time. They said they weren't interested without you to lead them, but now you're back. And everything's gonna change. We'll unite all private forces under you, transcending nations and economies. What is a nation? Just a patch of dirt. The bonds among us will surpass nations, and that's what'll put the world under our control. We'll establish a new kind of country, redefine the very concept of it. Even Cypher will be below us, an extraterritorial federation of military nations, the United States of Force. Once word of Big Boss's return starts traveling, that'll be our true deterrent against Cypher. In other words, no one will dare to come gunning for you.
How do you figure?
Cypher lacks a large-scale fighting force. PFs are the perfect tool for them. But those PFs revere you, the legendary Big Boss. If Cypher killed you now, they wouldn't take it lying down. Maybe they'd even go looking for revenge, but they definitely wouldn't keep doing Cypher's dirty work, even if it put their lives at stake. That's why it's no longer a benefit to Cypher to get rid of you. The very fact that you're alive is our greatest defense against Cypher.
Nice to know. It'll buy us some time while we get back to full strength.
Just keep in mind that what I'm saying is generalizing a lot. In practice, the PFs around the world don't know your face. Just declaring that you're Big Boss won't be enough to convince them. And if they see you as an enemy, they'll come at you with everything they've got.
Some hero.
That's why you need to bring them back to Mother Base. Show them on your terms that you really are the one and only Big Boss. Once you've proven that, they won't hesitate to join us.
You were hospitalized in Dekelia, a British sovereign base area on Cyprus. It's part of British overseas territory that falls outside of Cypriot jurisdiction. You got moved from Cuba's Little America right into Cyprus's Little Britain.
Why Dekelia?
The UK and the US remain close allies. The last place Cypher would think to look for you is inside their own system. That's what kept you safe in British military hospital for 9 years. The safest place from a whale is inside its own belly. You were a regular Geppetto.
Well, it wasn't Pinocchio who led me out to safety. So who was that guy?
Cypher went so far as to attack British territory, burning their own ally. That's how badly they wanted you dead.
You said I was in a British military hospital. But the doctor had a Greek accent.
They hire locally. Easier to trust them. Dekelia is also home to Greek Cypriots, after all.
What about the Turks? They haven't returned to the south.
Not yet. The Cyprus dispute is still a long way from resolved. The country is just as split as it was in '74. Turkish Cypriots in the north, Greek Cypriots in the south. Between them, the Green Line, the UN established.
And Dekelia sits right on top of it.
It does. Part of the buffer zone between the two groups. Another reason it was the perfect place to hide you. Easy to spot any outsiders snooping around.
So how do things stand?
Now, last year, the Turks declared that the Turkish Republic of Northern Cyprus is an independent state, though it's only Turkey that recognizes it. In the past, the Greeks and Turks lived side by side in the same villages. There are reasons to fight. Those came from the outside. Greece, Turkey, Britain, America, they all have their own stake in pitting the two sides against each other. But once you spark something like this, it's impossible to control. Both sides build up grudges like debt, without the foresight to see that each act of revenge just fans the flames. And then it's too late for other nations to rush in with peace talks. The embers keep on smoldering. Each nation's arrogance only breeds anarchy. The world is paralyzed by this hunger for revenge. Cyprus is no different.
みんなこんばんは。各位晚上好，我是真。 我们现在玩的是《潜龙谍影5》PS4 上的中文版，现在应该玩第10个任务了。
You're up.
We're changing ships.
We can't go sailing the Suez in a whaler.
The Suez Canal.
看一下基地上的设施
Not
哦。
long after you were attacked. Once they finished sweeping it for mines after the Arab-Israeli conflict. Can you stand? Got to transfer to a container ship for passage through the Suez.
这我们带回来的车子啊。
Destination is Pakistan, Afghanistan's neighbor to the south. There we disembark and head via Peshawar to the Zero
我有
Line.
办法调车子吗？
We'll travel to the Khyber Pass by road.
我不太记得哎。
We continue on horseback. Afghanistan's main roads are under Soviet control. We'll need to go around them. It'll be all narrow, winding paths through the mountains. We'll do better on horseback. It's a local guerrilla tactic. They use the higher ridges to avoid air recons. Then they charge down the mountains for ambushes. The Soviets still haven't devised a counter strategy. Our time frame is only half as much as we really need. It'll be a tough march.
Better horses than boats.
Well, it'll make for good physiotherapy. Take the time to get used to that new arm.
在甲板上
While the
看
Soviets
车
have
也
indicated they are
酷毙。
not participating in the Los Angeles Olympics, primarily because the United States has made no attempt to guarantee the safety of the Soviet Union's athletes. The United States is increasingly demonstrating the belief that the issue has nothing to do with its preparations, and in fact this is retaliation for the Western nations' boycott of the previous Moscow Olympics. That concludes today's news.
我是被限速了吧？
That's quite some news.
The Soviet Union not attending the LA Olympics? Yeah. Andropov's death has changed some things. They're calling it revenge for the Western boycott of the Moscow Olympics.
Countries boycotted the Moscow Olympics.
Yes. In protest of the Soviet
我
Union's
还
invasion of Afghanistan.
保育动物，
Over
哎呦，
50
这是什么
countries？ were absent. It's too bad I didn't get to see Yamashita's judo. When the 40th Army crossed the Amu River 4 years ago, détente went right out
射
the
击
window.
训练呢
The U.S. Congress chose not to ratify SALT II, and Reagan's hardline politics won him the presidency in a landslide. According to him, the Soviet Union's an evil empire.
The Second Cold War.
And there's been no end to regional conflicts and civil wars. Lebanon, the Falklands, Grenada, Iran, Iraq. The story never changes. Egypt and Israel did sign a peace treaty. But then the driving force on the Egyptian side, President Sadat, was assassinated afterward. Apparently, his actions were considered a betrayal of his fellow Arabs.
Islamic extremists.
Yes, fundamentalist extremists have been responsible for some bold acts of terrorism in recent years. We've had extremist students in Iran take U.S. embassy workers hostage, and suicide bombings in Lebanon. Over 300 foreign soldiers stationed there have been killed. The countries have yet to develop an effective means of dealing with terrorism. Afraid of losing their own men, they've pulled their forces out, handing private forces a golden opportunity.
Private forces.
Small armies with no national affiliation, working for the highest bidder. That's right, they got the idea from you. After Mother Base went down, they began spreading to meet the soaring demand. Miller's organization is just one of many PFs now. The entire world is after you. But at the same time, it needs you too. Miller told me about what happened in the Caribbean 9 years ago. You do remember Miller. You formed a private army with him. An army with no allegiance to a nation.
I remember, but...
I see. You're not sure what's fact and what's a fantasy caused by the coma. It's still all a mess. All I can do is tell you the facts as they were told to me. I've gone easy on you up until now. But this is where the hard stuff begins. 1974, the year before you entered your coma. You were in Colombia, operating with a small unit of men, basically mercenaries. Miller was among them. Miller was trying to find a way to turn his and your talents into a line of work. He was looking to start a business where you would fight on behalf of others around the world, those who needed military force. The reality was, at that time, you didn't have enough gear to equip your own men. Then Miller came across this client. There's a huge job he was offering, but you had a shot at pulling it off. You accepted it and headed into Costa Rica. The client even threw in an offshore facility in the Caribbean. The Mother Base, that would be your new base of operations. Miller sure did have a head for business. As your mission went on, your unit grew and grew. More weapons, more money. Before you knew it, you were commanding 300 men. As the organization got bigger, your military powers swelled to match. It got so the international community couldn't afford to ignore you.
Let's go.
You were just too damn successful for your own good. You, your men, had worn out your welcome. Everyone was out for you. East, West, First World, Third. It was only a matter of time before someone took you down. And that was XOF. Officially, they're an anti-terror unit under the CIA. In reality, they're Cyprus' private strike force. They lured you to Cuba using Chico, the Nicaraguan revolutionary kid, and Paz, a mole who worked for Cypher as bait. While you were gone, XOF, posing as a nuclear inspection team, stormed Mother Base. At the same time, C4 they placed on the strut legs went off. The whole thing went down in minutes. XOF. Kisses and hugs, followed by a big F you. All because of Miller's blind spot. A back door into Mother Base no one suspected. You remember a certain scientist. Huey was responsible for bringing the inspection team on board, giving the enemy a perfect opportunity to hit you at home. You were returning from Cuba when it happened. Mother Base came damn close to taking you with it into the Caribbean. Those of your men out on assignment returned right away. They refused to believe the wreckage in the water they found was Mother Base. But they checked the coordinates again and again, until reality finally settled in. You were supposed to die that day. That was XOF's primary objective. As far as most folks know, you did. The first doctor to see you wasn't even sure what he was looking at. Before they'd even finished operating, your men moved you to that hospital in Cyprus. There was a woman named Eva who arranged that.
Eva
Rings a bell,
Eva 好像以前出
Most men
现
in
过
your。condition would have been written off
放
right
弃
from
治
the
疗。
start. But you survived. You went straight down to hell, and they pulled you out. Your eye wide open. Full of venom. The days of naked Snake are long gone. Welcome back, Venom Snake.
每个地方都有
This
射
world
击训练
still needs you. Here, Snake, try this on.
A prosthetic arm.
Yeah, Miller was calling it the arm that wasn't there. The physiotherapy's going well. Your arm's bulked up enough for it to fit. There. Perfect. A little time with it, and it'll work better than the real thing. What do you think?
在4分钟研发完成，我们的资源不足了，
You have any pain?
Every
不
now
能
and
扩
then.
建。
Where?
My fingertips. My left fingertips.
Sounds like phantom pain. Your brain still remembers your old hand.
Yeah.
What about your vision? Can you see okay?
Yeah. At the moment.
啊，
Now, the shrapnel in your skull is pressing on your optic
战
nerve.
死，
I'm told any hard impact could have an effect on your
没
visual
死
cortex.
掉了。
Yeah. The doctor mentioned that.
Your brain might process visual information incorrectly. In other words,
水蒸元是
you
会
could
消
have
耗的，
hallucinations. You might see things that aren't there, and not see things as they really are. You experience any of that?
I think so.
When?
Right after I wake up, colors look faded.
Colors, huh? Well, that's not a major concern in and of itself, but it could mean the difference between life and death in the field. You'll need to watch out for that.
I will.
All right. You
战
should
斗
continue your
手
physio.
枪
We'll be
damage。
arriving soon. It's the last chance you'll get.
Some animal protection NGO asked us to get them out, right? So how come we don't hand them over to them?
We will, but they just asked us to hold on to them until they're ready to take them in.
What the hell? We're mercs, not zookeepers.
The NGO was throwing in a little extra. He needs a bigger paycheck than we need. Why not? I kind of like that. Something to take the edge off after the fight.
Yes. Whoever heard of a merc on dumb duty.
动物园哦，去看动物园。
Boss, how about developing something? Boss!
什么叫运送点？动物的在哪里啊？怎么没有特别写？搞不懂。 算了吧，出任务吧。
Please select landing zone confirmed.
Dd, stay. Dd. Fully trained and ready for
哦，
action.
大家
The rest is up to you. Dd, go.
哦，帅！
He's going with you.
我们的脸好像也没那么多血了哎。酷毙了！
Plant unit function added.
Let me explain what D-Dog can do as your buddy. With that nose of his, he can sniff out and mark nearby enemies and prisoners. Should come in handy for infiltrating outposts. I trained him to detect mines and medicinal plants too. When he locates something, check your map.
为什么我身边一堆长兵？我是死人吗？ 我们也可以派遣哦，不记得了。
Please select a mission.
这个 太难了，我们没办法做。开发蓝图哦，先拿开发蓝图吧。
Unit dispatched. Please select a mission.
没有故乡的囚人。
The objective is to rescue and extract a Mujahid captured by the Soviets. He's being held in the ruins of Lamar Khati Palace, as are a lot of POWs. Civilians, guerrillas, suspected guerrillas. The Soviets have turned the place into their own black site. However, we've only been asked to rescue one of the prisoners. He's known as Malak, angel to his fellow Mujahideen. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish.
Go.
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
等一下，我看一下。
Please select a mission.
他没有推荐武器啊，随便拿。
Mission accepted. Heading to Afghanistan.
噔噔噔。头戴好戴满喽。滴滴加高追，选择我的战友。滴滴的装备 naked， 滴滴是个裸体。选择车辆，没有车，没有帽子。Go go go！ 什么成本哦？我还要花这些哦，算了，随便。初级，没有故乡的囚人回收被俘虏的圣战士。As soon as possible. Let's fight. 协助玩家潜入的战友，追随在玩家身边，发现敌人自动标记，自动设置暂时标记而已哦。要用植物或地雷，会在地图上设置标记，是找东西用的。原地等待命令，其在原地待命后，用叫把指令让它发出叫声，吸引敌人注意。裸身的状态下，它只能借由咬敌方士兵妨碍其行动。开发专用装备，可以发动更强力的攻击。哦，是给。没有故乡的囚人 ，Angel with broken wings。
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at Lamar Khati Palace. He's known as Malak, angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviets' scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
Map has been updated. Marker placed.
滴够。产制目标，原地等待滴滴。
弟弟。
我没有马可以骑了，只能跑副轮
弟弟。
Detected. The map has been updated.
是啊，这个胶啊！发现敌人哪里呀？你告诉我在哪？哎呦！
Palace. The target should be somewhere at that outpost.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
是不是应该带重型武器跟研发 C4 啊？这样根本不能打那些战车啊！
Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
所以这些骄傲要标示出来，硬要把它带回家就对了。 大天哪！Oh no！ 还有战车，好恐怖哦！果然是真有威胁。
have arrived at your destination.
他没有按错了。我要死了！我要死了！按错键了，搞笑。
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Ищу последней точки соприкосновения. Прием. Это КП. Понял. Будьте очень внимательны. Реагируйте на каждое движение. Конец связи. Штаб, это КП. Понадеялся огонь. Открыли огонь в ответ, но потеряли врага. Враг может все еще прятаться поблизости. Соблюдайте осторожность. Прием.
You have arrived at your destination.
靠，后面还有人呢。
Caution, foreign store approaching.
傻爆，你再等一下。
Where are your folks?
The target's been transferred. I've sent the information to your map screen. You're gonna need more information to pinpoint a location.
The map has been updated.
更多人。全部都成为我的后宫。后宫大队。
Analysis complete. Outpost captured. The map has been updated.
人家是 yes。
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
全 不通通带回家，真不行。固定式兵器不能带回家。哦，还要开发啊。 出售也可以换 GMP。
Sun will rise momentarily.
还有人啊？怎么会有人啊？我不是据点压制哦。
The map has been updated.
Destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, and that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the outpost.
Marker placed.
有人那来。 这个文件都是又是满连起耶。
Intel file obtained. Extraction
We've
arrived
analyzed
at
the
the
intel file you
base.
discovered. Orders for their transport route. Okay, your map information's updated.
为什么等级
The
会下
map
降？
has been updated.
非常奇妙。还好原始，我以为是宇智波骗我。
You have arrived at your destination. Marker placed.
Okay.
extracted near where the target is. I'm updating your map information. Take a look. The target is inside Yahaovu's supply outpost. Find him and extract him.
The map has been updated.
啊，所以还在那里哦，不是在这哦。我想说怎么那么愉快，那么快速。俘虏有没有救完啊？我搞不清楚了。看到了。这，这里不行啊！跟我走吧，我们继续去探险。回收完没啊？搞不清楚，哎，有新的威胁，来了来了。
Marker placed.
已经有人了。
The map has been updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Marker placed. Marker placed.
奇怪，怎么越来越远？是在楼上吗？我搞不懂你啊！ 那还要再上去一层，是不是？ 快走
Okay.
Good boy. 哦。没用了。什么东西没有拿到啊？了解。 应该是还好，我们再上去最后一层看一下，就下去了。哟，看先爬上去好，感觉摔死，摔死太悲惨。 旋转楼梯，
You have arrived at your destination.
不能开坦克，这个固定式的好像也不能回收。我们补一下东西好了。
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested.
好了，应该是没东西了吧？ 继续 go 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 了。
Marker placed.
装甲车，
Marker placed.
好痛苦啊！装甲车。 太难了。哎呦！
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Clouds approaching. Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Caution. Sandstorm approaching.
You can buy.
Extraction failed.
Spit it out. Where
Has been updated.
我也有装甲车在那儿。
Extraction failed. Marker placed.
后勤号，太远了。
The target.
The map has been updated.
Oh. 是不是在这里啊？ 靠腰，我又没有带C4。我的旁边都有一堆苍蝇啊！是以缓慢的龟速过来，是不是？ 根本都看不到打什么。 什么手段呢？
Stop him.
哎呦！距离直到这啊，还过不去啊！ 怎么办？他们往回开了。好像不是，就是一直在那左右绕而已。去不过。靠！我觉得会死啊！
Supply drop complete. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
研发C4我都忘记研发。 死亡。
Boss, the target's dead. Mission failed.
死亡。看一下这从哪里开始。还好。
Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
我回去了。哇，会死亡了！啊，刚才差一点就可以过了，不要那么照进。
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Weather will clear shortly.
发现什么敌人？我那也无看到。
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
这边有敌人哦，是在那边哦。哦，这边有敌人哦。
Analysis complete.
这么远，靠腰嘞。
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Supply outpost. We have a fix on the target's location. We just have to figure out how to get close and pull him out. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
哦，滴滴发现了会取血。
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
我说扫过了才会是实现。
Analysis complete.
妈呀，神多啊！
Marker placed. Marker placed. Sun will set shortly. Caution. Analysis complete.
哦，沙堡来了，是机会。现什么兵器？是狙车。现敌人，我靠！隐藏在那后面，他也看得到。
Roger that.
绕进来90外面。
Boss, come in. Boss. Boss.
是啊。
We have a fix on the target's location. We just have to figure out how to get close and pull him out. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in. Yana Oku Supply Outpost. We have a fix on the target's location. We just have to figure out how to get close and pull him out. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
You have arrived at your destination.
"这么多敌人。
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
发现什么兵器？进不去，刚才走过了，是我还是可以掉进去。
He's coming too. Roger that.
Sun will set shortly.
63这边有。 可以进去。
Caution, sandstorm approaching.
烧烤客家。
Speak. Where are your friends?
Updated. Analysis complete.
You gotta extract him.
Extraction failed. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. The map has been updated. Weather will clear shortly. Extraction failed.
靠腰嘞！这样子。这样我也真射得到。啊，你这个太扯了。 靠，有坦克在那里啊！太扯了！我要冲！杀了，没有子弹，弹尽粮绝。
Boss, what happened? Boss!
We have a fix on the target's location. We just have to figure out how to get close and pull him out. Check all around the target. Yada oversupply outpost. We have a fix on the target's location. We just have to figure out how to get close and pull him out. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
You have arrived at your destination. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Where are your friends?
The map has been updated.
太大声了，会把外面里面的震出来。
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
The map has been updated. Sun will set shortly.
靠，坦克在那里。这任务不能不杀了。
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Потерял визуальный контакт. Перемещаюсь по
靠，冲进来！又是刚才的地方。有啊。 杀关我没呀、行不行？这角度不行。什么有新的敌人？上不到，快有新的。 为什么你好凶？靠腰还有援军哎，这样杀不完啊！杀不完啊！怎么办？我们要先出去再进来吗？不然这样杀不完啊！
Ищите каждый угол. Они где-то здесь. Конец связи.
还是2只啊，用老师呢。
101, это КП. Доложите ситуацию. Прием. Вы меня слышите? Прием. Всем боевым группам, это КП. У нас проблема. Тревога по всем постам.
车子在这靠腰的，丢手榴弹。车打爆了，叫支援啊！
Please select a drop point.
Это КП, понял? Внимание всем подразделениям. Отправить резервную помощь. Повторяю, отправить помощь. Конец связи.
靠，这好像。 镇压！啊，终于镇压了，不能回收啊！快打，快打，快出动了，我们俘虏啊！飞出来，打，飞出来！快挡，快挡，快挡，快！ 赶快反应啊！赶快！好，赶快再弄一个补给啊
！Please select supplies requested.
冲啊
！Помоги!
Спасибо. 最超的，去死吧！应该是没东西了。哎，还有敌人！还有敌人！啊！有人来了！干！有4个人！ 沙尘暴了， 哥嘞，俘虏哥嘞。俘虏哥。
You have arrived at your destination.
副歌就这间，我应该是没记
You
错。
have arrived at your destination. The map has been updated.
为什么 update 了？又有敌人了。俘虏哥。 I got you, 俘虏哥。叮。
Badly wounded. We can rule out a full extraction. We'll just have to do it by chopper. Call the chopper from your iDroid boss, then carry the target to it.
Chopper. 先把这对空弄掉，这样就可以叫来了吧？敲破。
You destroyed their anti-air radar? It wasn't one of the targets, but that's put a hole in their air surveillance. The chopper will be able to get in close now. You can designate a landing zone near the
Support
outpost.
helicopter requested.
Chopper 来了 ，Chopper。 回荡回收，这个是什么东西啊？
Marker
这要攻
placed.
击人。好了，赶快结束这个任务，太恐怖了。 一开始我以为很简单，没想到是在这里。在路上打可能还比较简单嘞。Chopper 来了没啊 ？Chopper。
This is B Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
来。
This is B Quad. On station at LZ. Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss.
Mission info has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
收获。
Marker placed.
接下来就是搜刮了。
Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination.
这游戏很需要资源，没办法，这样子搜刮。这实验室，10万呢 ，get 到。
Marker placed. Marker placed.
在下面吧。因为这些资源都没办法扩增基地。哇，他在等我。
Destination.
什么要看的？为什么会有一个标志？它有东西，没有注意。W， 这进去。对。快标记啊！还有什么？以后的。
Marker placed.
还没拿到。
Marker placed.
还没拿到。
Marker placed.
奇怪，很多。三，是这个。是在外面哦，不是上面。一直搜刮不完啊！哎呦，还有这通道、哦，用不到，直接杀光光。
You have arrived at your destination.
靠，又掉下来了。跨走了。是。
Marker placed.
很远啊！哦，做到9点了，看到了。
You have arrived at your destination. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
好了，这样应该收刮光了，应该是可以撤退。
Marker placed. You have arrived at your destination.
看，这是捡破烂的，室内裤是捡破烂的。机枪带回家。 了，走了。走了，回家。3%哦。
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
一定要做 C4 的啦，因为 C4 好难打。C， 不管它，等快结束。好啦，各位如果喜欢《潜龙谍影5》这个游戏，可以点右下角的喜欢，或在下方留言让我知道。喜欢跟我们一起玩的话，可以点左下方的订阅及旁边的铃铛，随时追踪我们直播的时段。
That target you extracted, Malik, is saying that he's never heard of our client. What's more, he says his village was destroyed long before he was ever taken prisoner. Apparently, it fell victim to some sort of disease, then was completely burned to the ground. Malik was out on a mission at the time, and that's the reason why he alone survived. But the question is, who hired us to find him? According to Malik, he saw strange soldiers snooping around the village when he got back. Turns out they were members of Cypher's strike force XOF. My theory is they wanted to get their hands on Malik to question or silence him before the Soviets could get to him. Cypher was just using us to cover things up. All that crap about Malik's relative was a front to convince us to retrieve him. But an entire colony just wiped off the map. It sounds a lot like the Hamid during the Honeybee incident. All I know, boss, is there's no way in hell I'm handing Malik over to Cypher. I decided to bring him back to Mother Base instead. He's one of us now. We told the client through a cutout that the target was killed. For some reason, though, they still paid us everything we were owed. Cypher's obviously up to something, and this is probably just another preemptive cleanup operation to them. But to Malik, he lost his village, his family, everything, and he wants his revenge. In other words, he's one of us.
It's one of us. 他是我们的一员。机械电子学家。硬汉、捕蛇、土语、运输专家，这边都是捕蛇、土语、麻醉专家。后宫又增加了很多。Mission Safe 好了，我们今天就玩到这了。
Boss, the scientist Emmerich wants us to find him so he can defect. He should be inside Sarat power plant. Make contact with him.
好了，各位如果喜欢跟我们一起玩的话，记得要订阅及喜欢及 FB 按赞哦。那么我们待会见。 9点50大概再玩一下暴雨杀机吧。OK， 各位拜拜。